All right, guys. So we are gonna try out the brand new Akoumaru weapon. This weapon is nuts. 30K? It's an extremely good weapon at Refine 1. It's insane at Refine 5. And we're gonna do a full showcase and testing versus 5-star weapons and 4-star weapons at Refine 1 through 5 for this weapon. So it's a really strong weapon and actually beats out 5-star weapons at Refine 1. It's super strong. Jump into it. Level 90, Akoumaru. I had to buy 2 of those freaking Mystic packs, even though I farm rocks every day. Oh my god. All right, R1 testing on this weapon, then to R5. Let's go see if this weapon's good. Okay, so I was doing some number testing on this. So I was doing some testing on this weapon for math, and what I figured out was that this weapon, math-wise, is actually better than the Skyward Pride at Refine 1 if you get it to max stacks. So I'm curious to try this out. What I'll do is we're gonna use the Skyward Pride first on Beidou, and then we will go check to see how much damage this deals on Beidou, okay? I'm gonna use the exact same team. So we're gonna use all 80 cost characters. First test, we're gonna use Raiden Shogun for the ulti increase. We're gonna use Bududu, where's Bududu? Even though you would never use Beidou and Raiden Shogun together. Then we'll use 2 Hydro characters so we don't get the correct resonance in here, and then we're good to go. Okay, let's just use the healing one. Okay, so Bududu's ultimate with no buffs and nothing else. Okay, so let's go ahead. Here's the Skyward Pride. Does 10k on that, and we're gonna just go ahead and just auto attack here. 9,700 on the proc. 9,700 and 9,700. To 3,900, and then once the shield goes away, it's about 8,500. Okay, all right. I made sure not to use Raiden Shogun's elemental skill either to boost out the burst damage, so there's no extra burst damage being added. All right, so we're gonna go with the elemental burst here. Okay, I didn't get to see the damage there. 10k, so yeah, immediately more. 10k, 10k. All right, 10k. Yep, and this is again, I didn't pop Raiden Shogun at a time. So yes, R1 at the maximum stacks of this weapon, yes, it is clearly better, okay? Than Skyward Pride. Wow, this weapon is better at R1. Like this weapon is at max potential is better than R1 Skyward Pride. All right, let's compare it to Wolf Gravestone. All right, let's do Wolf Gravestone on Beidou and compare that. Wow. And I'm not gonna get the proc, so because that would be. So, elemental burst. Here is the weapon. 10k. It's comparable to Wolf Gravestone at Refine 1. All right. So if you get the max stacks of this weapon, it's comparable to Wolf Gravestone. Next test, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get the minimum stacks of this weapon with Beidou here. So we're gonna use all 40 cost characters with Beidou. Not take the elemental burst damage there. All right, so now we're gonna do one of these. 9,800. Even with the minimum potential stacks, this weapon is better than the Skyward Pride, even at the worst case scenario. Wow! Now we're gonna compare this weapon to the Catchy Fish, the Luxurious Sea Lord. Okay, Catchy Fish, 9,600. All right. So all of these weapons do not have crit chance; they just have the burst damage increase, etc. So this one's doing 9,600, and if they're close enough, they're getting the shred from the Beidou, and if they're far enough away, they get to 8,600. So yeah, wow. So try the maximum potential what we're doing here. What we actually did, and I didn't show this yet, I gave Beidou a 4-piece emblem set with no energy recharge. She was down to 127% energy recharge, and I gave her an attack percentage goblet so that she would have the minimum possible damage percentage gain from the emblem set. And this is actually stilting all the favor toward the Skyward Pride, so that the Skyward Pride would actually give the most potential percentage bump to the Skyward Pride. And that was the maximum it could do. Now we're gonna check it with an Electro Goblet, and we're gonna show it with a normal energy recharge build with different things now. All right, now we're gonna go over a 67-122 test, starting with the Shield. With more ER, we're up to 8,900. Okay, 7,800, much lower damage now, of course. On the here we go. Ultimate 9,400, 9,400. So obviously right now this is showing that it is better at Refine 1 at the maximum potential. Even more ER to the ER set. 8,200. Wow. So if you're not using the Skyward Pride proc at all, this weapon is clearly worse than all the other weapons. Wow, Skyward Pride is so bad. And last, the Wolf Gravestone. Okay. Oop. 10k, 10k, 10k. So this is the Wolf Gravestone is slightly better here from what I can see. It's definitely the best overall option for damage so far. And that's gonna be, but since the weapon is an attack percentage weapon, the more attack percentage that you get, the worse attack percentage is. So I think that's crazy to me. This is the crazy part, that the Akoumaru is comparable to the Wolf Gravestone at Refine 1. So what I'm gonna do is now another test, but I'm gonna take the Akoumaru and I'm gonna put in like a Bennett buff with this to get a snapshotted Bennett buff. And then we're gonna do the same thing with the Akoumaru with a snapshotted Bennett buff. So we're gonna do a Bennett buff. Wait for a second for the Bennett to tick. We're gonna use Elemental Burst here. And we're doing about 16k or so. 16k. 16.5. Okay, so about 16,500. All right, same thing for Wolf Gravestone. Wait for a second for Bennett to tick. Elemental Burst. And we're doing 16,100, or yeah, 16,100. So you can see that once you add on a Bennett buff, it will make the damage difference go entirely different. So Bennett plus this weapon makes it comparable, if not better, than the Wolf Gravestone. So just adding the Bennett buff makes this weapon better at Refine 1. It power crept Wolf Gravestone without the proc. Now, of course, Wolf Gravestone also has a proc on top of it that gives you another 40% attack. So obviously with the proc on Wolf Gravestone is better, but without the proc, this weapon's actually better than Wolf Gravestone, which is very surprising. This weapon is so freaking strong. It's incredible. I'm actually really blown away about how strong this weapon is. And I'm really curious to try it on some other characters at Refine 1. So let's go check it out. All right, we're gonna try it on Eula. This is a C6 Eula. So she's pretty Giga Chad. I'm sorry. I don't have a lower Eula. We had 7157. So I'm gonna, this time just because I'm curious if too much percent damage affects this a lot, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Elemental Burst. And we're gonna just use this right here. One of these. Okay, I'm just gonna do an Elemental skill, Elemental Burst. And then I'm gonna do a hold Elemental Burst, nothing else. And then swap. 557,000. Eula, an R1 signature weapon, and then a wolf. Do this, okay, this. Elemental skill, Elemental Burst. Hold Elemental skill. Swap. 521,000. Wait, it outdamaged Eula's signature weapon at Refine 1. What? Check that again? Yeah, I'm gonna check that again. You know what happened? I might have gotten some C6 RNG. I might have got some RNG on stacks. That's what happened. I think I got RNG on stacks.
Eye for an eye.
Okay. It's comparable though. That's kind of impressive that it's like the weapon was okay. So I think that was just RNG on stacks. That freaked me out. Okay, but either way, it's the fact that it's on par with that weapon at R1. That's insane. This weapon is broken. All right, let's go try. Who's another character we can try? All right, so let's try with the C6 director. So I mean, like, arguably not the best character for this, but maybe I guess we try. It looks kind of cool on him though. Got 2,000 attack, 70, 176. So he's pretty Chad. 26k autos for up to 8k here. Okay. We call me 70 cost? Oh shit, whatever. Wolfie. 22k. Alright. Dude, what the fuck? Can I please? Oh my god, do I hate this? Try this again. Alright, try again. Wolf Greystone, step 2. We're autoing for higher, right? And we didn't get the full stacks on Dilute, but now we have the Wolf proc now. Alright. If you're just dropping an ult and leaving the field, I mean, obviously he's a 40 cost character, and then we had to put in some other like 90, 80, 70 cost characters in the mix, but like, yeah. I'd rather use Wolf than this weapon on Dilute. But this weapon for sub DPS characters looks really strong. I think it's going to be good on, let's see, any sub DPS claimer that's going to be dropping a big ulti nuke. So it's great on Eula for sub DPS Eula if you're just doing like a quick ulti swap, right? The auto attacks on Eula are going to fall off, but that doesn't really matter because the auto attack damage isn't really what you're shooting for on her. But if you're trying to boost the ultimate damage, it does really good on C6 Eula. Like, I'm actually really kind of surprised that the damage is so high on that. I don't have every claymore character built in Genshin, but what I wanted to know most was Beidou. And I'd say that this weapon is really strong at R1. I don't think we need to test on any other characters. I could test on Chang'e, but I mean, I like re-artifact him and everything. Let's go ahead and test this weapon at Refine 5 on Beidou and see how good it is. All right, we're going to Refine 5 on this weapon now. All right, R5 on this weapon. Mine's not leveled. All right, R5 version. We're dropping 10,900 now, 10,900. So at R5, it's better than the Wolf Gravestone with no buffs or anything. So it's doing pretty good here. All right, so now let's go ahead and drop some buffs in here. Get this to be like a Giga Chad weapon with all the buffs in Zawardo and see how we do. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in a Kazuha with this. And we'll do Kazuha Bennett showcase with this, yeah? So we're gonna do the huge Kazuha. Okay, we'll do one of these. And we'll drop Zhang Ling and Bennett, and we're gonna see how much damage this weapon does. I guess we'll also take the elemental burst damage just for fun. All right, this is the for fun showcase at R5. 30K? Holy shit, my man! 25K without the Kazuha shred. That's 25,000 without Viridescent Shred. Oh my god! Right, so with no Kazuha buff, but with Anemo Shred, we're dropping 23,000 damage. So this is with no Kazuha buff, with just 4-piece Viridescent. That's what you can expect. And that was with no Kazuha Shred attack percentage buff or anything. So that's pretty strong. Because none of that stacks as Beidou snapshotted. Oh, buddy, this weapon's strong. This weapon is S tier. Yeah, I give this weapon a 10 out of 10 rating. New best in slot for Beidou. Really insane at R1. Gets way better at Refine 5. Very strong weapon. Holy fuck. All right, here's the best part right here. We're only at 122 C damage. We took the burst damage on Eula, right? All right. We did 1, okay. 2, 3,
beg for mercy.
4, 5.
To the core.
Oh, it's better than at all. Wow, it's better. It's literally better than the signature weapon at R5. Holy shit. This weapon's so strong. That's gonna do it for this video. This weapon's nuts. Have a great rest of the day, guys.